I thought you really were hitting on something at the end of that conversation that was an angle I had never really thought of before, which is the fact that somebody like Tate is so psychotic and manipulative that the way that he's likely been manipulating people like Brad as well, um, I thought was really interesting because, yeah, if you try and think of it from his perspective, you're Bradley, you haven't looked into any of this, whether he should or
laughed
not.
when I said he's a psychopath. He laughed. I says, "What's funny? Look at this. Watch this video,
Right.
brother."
Right.
Yeah.
And I think from his perspective, having gone out there, like he went out to wherever, Romania or like one of those places to meet him in person at one point. He was part of one of those trips, yeah?
Yes, I think so.
And has had all these interaction with him. And I think you're right. I think, from his perspective, he probably sees when the camera goes off, his personality loosen up quite a bit, probably, act a lot more relaxed and gives the impression that it's all just a character and he's just playing it up and he doesn't really mean it and everything. And if that's his first person experience, having met this guy multiple times, and he just kind of comes off as like, yeah, he says some crazy shit online, but he's really just playing it off. I can kind of see why he's just like, he sees all of this and he's like, well, I've met the guy and he really didn't seem like that at all. So I think this is all bullshit. Yeah, and he's wrong. He is crazy. And like you said, I think he is being manipulated as well as all of these guys because he needs the exposure. He needs these people to advertise for him, essentially.
Bro, how much money did Nelk and Adam Ross make him in the Hustler University
millions
subscriptions? Millions and millions. Yeah, one of the most the most defining trait of a psychopath is, charming and manipulative.
Right. Wild.
So anyway, that not to keep talking about Tate here. Elijah said, "I suggest being conscious of how much you cover Tate. It becomes exhausting as a woman to constantly be exposed to these people and ideologies and endless debates over your worth and existence." I hear that.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to. You know what I mean? I'm just some things. Just I feel like
shouldn't give the impression that there's a debate because there isn't a debate. Like there's no debate with Tate. He's just fully wrong. Like there's no middle ground there, and it's just a matter of trying to inject some sanity into the people in his orbit. And it already kind of worked. I mean, there was that incident with Bradley. He already started to push back on the Nelk guys a little bit, which is why I think it is a good thing that we engage with somebody like him.
Yeah, I know. Andrew Tate is getting so old. It's been talked about so much, and even myself, but like somehow he's remained relevant because these fucking people are still riding for him. And like, that's just not, it was frustrating to me because I feel like the evidence is right there.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta take their head and make them do this.
Right.
It's right there.
Yeah.
It's so close.
Just in the peripheral vision.
Yeah. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
And Andrew Tate's influence is still very strong. He's on the young men across the country. So it is exhausting. I hear you.
I hope this whole thing does help to break the grip a little bit, though. I have to imagine that it does a little bit. Like, now that he's in jail and the sex trafficking accusations and it's so public.
They're still waiting for him to be acquitted, so they're still.
I am sure there are those. I hope that there's some 13-year-old boys who are having a moment of like, oh, this guy's kind of creepy.
It's going to happen more and more.
Right.
His stay got extended by another 30 days. I think he's going to go to jail for many years. And when that happens, it's going to become a lot harder for these guys to say anything nice about him.
Fuck yes.
There it is.
Fuck yes.
All right. Andrew Tate, rot in prison. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.